So you talk about PM. I know we're bouncing all over about the gaming. So do you have a
Yeah,
Nintendo, Super Nintendo or not Super Nintendo? Why can't I think of it? The handheld Nintendo, SP, is
yeah.
it? DS. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually I have, because it's Project M and because it's just a mod of Brawl, I have it on Wii.
Okay. There you go. So your main
Um,
character is Squirtle then, like throughout on Smash Bros. And also on Pokemon. Did you
and
collect the
Pokemon
Pokemon
Yesterday, yeah.
cards when you were younger?
I had a few lying around, but I never went out of my way to collect them all. I was like, having cards are cool, but I was like, I don't know how to like play the game. I don't know how to fight with these cards until Yu-Gi-Oh came around, and then Yu-Gi-Oh became really huge.
Oh, so the big question, Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon?
Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, everyone's gonna
Oh
hate me,
no!
Rip.
Oh no! Did she really say that, guys? Oh my goodness!
Oh, I'm embarrassed. Ah,
Po
everyone just
I
death
can't.
threats now. I can feel it. I can feel it. The ferocious, you know,
I
keyboard smashing into
can't,
my
I can't
inbox
believe
right
it.
now.
I can't believe it. Pokemon lost out to Yu-Gi-Oh. That's a first, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I started.
It's
Sorry, that was my
adorable.
book.
The adorable.
Sorry about that. I started playing the Pokemon games. I played OG Yellow and Blue,
There you go.
like back in the day. I just never continued playing Pokemon. I never continued playing the cards, collecting the cards, and because I could, Yu-Gi-Oh had all these cool monsters and you could fight, and like dueling was a huge thing for me. Um, I'm
I
sorry,
mean, fair
I don't
enough.
know what to
Fair enough.
say.
I mean, yeah, some people they're just writing down there. They're like, man, I can't believe you don't like Pokemon. You picked PlayStation over Xbox. I don't know if I could watch a stream anymore. What the heck? No, I'm
I
just kidding.
know, I
I'm
know.
just kidding.
Unfollow, unfollow right now. Permaban from Twitch.
But so you said that Xbox poops out on you now. You're frustrated. You're mad. You go into PC. Now you talked about PC building. Do you build your own PCs? How did you get into building your own PC if you do? How'd that all start out? Begin?
Um, I started off with a stock computer, just stock Dell computer, and I found it could only carry me so far. It came to a point where I was playing games, and I'm like, this it's pretty laggy, and these are really awful frames you played on. I didn't realize how bad it was until I started hosting LAN parties at my house with my buddies, and their computers were just glorious. Like, how this is unreal. Like, where have I been? It's like, I want my computer, or I want my games to look like that. And they're like, yeah, like we just, built our computers. You could upgrade the parts in your computer. And I'm like, I want to do this. I want to try this. I don't know much about, PCs. I didn't know anything about like how PCs, like the building worked, how parts in computers worked. I was just like such a scrub. But one of my buddies is huge on PC building. He loves building computers himself and helps others do it. So I kind of dragged him out here to like take a look at, what I want to do, and we kind of made a list of things, and what I plan to, what kind of games I want to be playing on them, or on my computer. And based on that, we just started pulling pieces, and um, here we are.
So you can build your own computer now, though. You don't need to pull them out. Do you still pull your
Yes.
friend out? Oh, you still do.
Oh,
Oh,
I made my first PC recently.
oh, see,
I think it's only been a couple months. Yeah,
see.
I think I built it a couple months ago, and that was the very first time ever like constructing um my own.
Dang, you gotta start charging people and like tell your viewers I can build your PC, ship it out. I'll build it, and then I'll ship it back
Got
to
you,
you.
got you.
See.
Yeah, side business. Forget Twitch. I'm gonna be a pro PC builder.
There you go. You never know. And then they'll be like, "Didn't you stream on Twitch before?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, but this is it. This is my PC building club thing, you know."
This is the new dream.
But so,
MLG Pro.
so you build the computer. I guess the central question is, what was the first computer game that you started with?
Ooh, the first computer game on my PC or like way back on potato computer,
I mean,
like
your
back in
first back when you first were like, I'm gonna get into
when I was like a
PC.
kid.
Well,
Oh, PC.
well,
Okay.
I guess you could do both. I'm guessing it'd be like Putt Putt or like some little
Yeah,
kid game.
yeah, that's exactly it actually. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. Yes. We've already answered that one perfect. The first PC game that kind of like got me hooked into um continuing PC gaming was I want to say it was Guild Wars 2.
Oh man,
It was also my first MMO actually.
I thought you were gonna say Sims, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, why,
Sims. Oh
why?
no. Nothing against Sims, by the way, but like I had Sims for the Xbox actually. I played for like 5 minutes and I'm like, I don't understand this. I don't understand this.
You're just
Like
supposed
I'm
to build a
doing
hot tub and soak everybody in there. That's what I said in my last one. I was just like, put them in there,
yeah,
don't get an exit out, and just boil them up.
and that's it. That's game. GG. GG Sims.
No,
I
so
don't even know what they're doing with the Sims games these days, but
you're,
not The Sims for PC, by the way. It's not. It was my first game.
okay. So Guild Wars 2, interesting, and a different MMO. It's usually when I talk about MMOs, the big popular ones are RuneScape and World of Warcraft, and I'm actually surprised. I was like, oh, she mentioned her family was in World of Warcraft earlier, and I was like, oh, that had to be one of her first games into there. But Guild Wars
Yeah.
2, first MMO, so now you're actually online playing with people. I guess the
Yeah.
central question is, were you shocked? Was this like you didn't play on the Xbox, you said online, you wanted the solo player ordeal? Is this shocking to you? Like you're playing with people all over the world now, and this is your first MMO. What did you think of it? Like so
It
many
was
questions.
shocking. And because my aunt's family had always been, I'd always been surrounded by like every time I went over, they were all like, always on WoW. And I would see their chat box, like, them talking to their friends online. I'm like, yo, that's another person. Like that's someone that's talking and they're not here. Like, what is this? I don't want. And they're like, yeah, like, do you want to say hi? And I'm like, no, I don't. These are strangers. I'm such a weirdo, yeah. But yeah, it was hard. I started playing with my real life friends. We played it a lot when we were like in the same room. So it was like it was an easy like helped ease me into like online gaming and communicating with other people on the internet world. Um but it was pretty nice transition, but it was definitely shocking at first.
Definitely
I'm
shocking.
like,
So,
I don't know if I want to reply to this. Someone just whispered me and invited me into a party, and I don't know what to say. Now they're following me around, and like, I gotta call the cops on them. Worried. These
as
were
long
my thoughts. I know. Gosh.
as long as you didn't like get up from the computer and like run away like completely. As long as you stayed there, kept playing, kept your
It's
cool,
hard.
you know.
Had to sit my ground. Just...
No, it's fine. It's a-okay there. So, what did you think? This is your first MMO. Did you like MMOs? It seemed like you were more of a shooter fan, from what I can tell. You like the Halo series, and you like the cars and blowing up cars. There's
No.
no real RPG kind of action there. What was your first thoughts of an MMO RPG?
Yeah. Because I had watched a lot of WoW, I kind of knew what to expect. I'd watched them play, and I was like, that's kind of cool. That's cool. And I debated jumping into WoW, but then when Guild Wars was first released, I watched all the trailers and I'm like, this is a beautiful game. I could not resist jumping into this. And I was like, even if I don't like it, the whole, like the environment, the art was just so appealing. I was like, okay, now I'm going to try this. And I liked it. And because the combat style is a little bit different from WoW, like I'm able to like dodge roll and do all sorts of like stuff, combat wise, it kept me really liking it. It kept me, involved and pushed me through the game, and it's really fun. I liked it.
Fair enough. I play a little bit of Guild Wars. It actually has
Nice.
little heart for me because the friend that got me actually into Guild Wars actually passed away, sadly. She
Oh
uh,
no.
she lost the battle, as some would say, to
Oh no.
depression. So uh, it's a side story, but not to take away. I didn't mean to ruin
Yeah,
your mood
that's
there.
no,
Uh,
no. I'm so sorry to hear that though.
yeah, it was rough. It was. she was an online friend. I never met her in real life, but she was an online friend. So it was the first interaction I got into Guild Wars was actually because of her. So it's got a
That's sweet.
special place in my heart. Like every MMO, they all have meaning to them. But talking about MMOs, not to get down, like I said, not to make anybody sad. Uh, is that where you did you venture on to more MMOs? Did you eventually get into WoW? Did you play RuneScape? Did you? Oh, she's got that grin. She's like, I never played WoW. I never did any of this. They're gonna
Wow,
hate me.
what? What is wrong? No, I it's as I was jumping into Guild Wars, my brothers jumped into WoW. We were both surrounded by the WoW family, and he jumped into it, and I was like, and everyone was like, Danny, play WoW with us. They have like a whole guild of like family members and like their gamer friends online, and I was like, okay, well, okay, I'll try it. So I started up WoW at the last expansion, Warlords of Draenor, and I really liked it, but it was just so different from Guild Wars 2. I didn't. So I played it a little bit. Got my Warlock to 100, and I was like, okay, well, I'll jump back into Guild Wars for a little bit. It was hard for me. Um, as I guess as you can tell, I'm kind of a shooter at heart.
Hmm.
Um,
No, I understand. It seems like a lot of people that like their first MMO is the MMO they stick with. Like, there's just this try hard, not try hard, but die hard fans that are Guild Wars players, and there's die hard WoW fans, and there's, like I said, the RuneScape community, and then you have like WildStar, and then
that's
Terra
right.
up
That's right.
there, all those. So you tried WoW, you didn't really get into it. You didn't really. Did you ever raid or PvP, or you just leveled it up and you're like, this is not me.
PvP'd for a little bit. It was just, I hung out with family online. It took me. We did some raids. Um, but yeah, never something that I kind of like took the time to pursue on my own. Besides that, RuneScape is funny. I actually played a little bit of that. Just now remembering back when I was like, it was years upon years ago when I was younger, and I played for like a week. And me and my friend, we were like, hey, let's at least like let's try to play this online. And then I didn't realize there was other people, and I got freaked out. This whole ordeal where like my mom or her mom found out she was playing this like online game with like stranger people, and her mom calls up my mom, and our moms are like, what, they're playing this game and we don't know who they're playing with. And we're like, no, we're only playing with each other, we're scared of strangers too, we promise. But yeah, I played RuneScape for like a week. I don't remember anything from it because we like got shot down so fast, but got
No.
grounded for a week.
Oh
It was
man,
my first memories.
got grounded. See, not good memories. You're like, oh, this game got me grounded. Never going back there. Nope.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Just
you,
haven't touched a game.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, that's it. Just haven't touched it since that.
So you're playing MMOs. You're online. You're a very diverse gamer. I know a lot of people I talk to are League of Legends players. Do you play League of Legends? Have you ventured into League of Legends?
Oh man, League is. I didn't realize how much depth there was to League until Twitch, until my buddies had taken me aside and they're like, hey, you know what? We play a lot of League. I think maybe you would like this. Um, we sat down. It was like I remember there was like 5 to 7 hours straight just learning League, learning, you know, the strats, like all the sorts of stuff. And we were playing against bots for all these hours, and they're like, all right, are you ready to play against real people? And I'm like, I hope so. It's like, yo, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of salty people. It was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was just hard for me to continue playing it. I think just like the game style of it, the top-down view and then like the
Mhm.
clicking everywhere, and I guess it
So
wasn't really my. I appreciate people now that I know how much depth there is to League. I appreciate people that are pro at it, that are really good at League, or at least even somewhat. People that know how to play League in general. So impressed by.
no, but that's interesting. Did you get to 30 at least, or you didn't even get to 30 and you're like, no, oh boy.
I
The,
know.
the League fans now
I
are
was
like,
like, I'm
well,
done. Lost all my League fans.
no, you're fine. But it makes you.
Pokemon homies,
It,
Xbox homies. Goodbye.
No, no, no. But it makes you a more diverse gamer. You play a lot of different games on stream. You talked about Twitch. I'm guessing somewhere along the line, when did you get introduced to Twitch? How did you find Twitch? Is the biggest question.
I was an MLG Pro lurker on YouTube for a long time, and um, I I think I like I mentioned before, I'm a huge Smash supporter. Once I watched the Smash documentary on YouTube, once I found that, it was over. It was over for me. I'm like, yo, I gotta keep up with these Smash gods. Like, I want to know what they're doing now. Um, and through that, I was lurking like Chillin' Dude's channel, Mango's channel, and I was like, oh, they're live. They says they're live somewhere. I was like, I gotta check this. And so I jumped onto Twitch and I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I feel like I'm hanging out with them. This is amazing. So I spent a lot of time just MLG. I went from MLG Pro Lurk YouTube to MLG Pro Lurk Twitch.
So
Just
you
like that.
you were watching the bigger streams then. You were watching the people that played Smash Bros. Whatever game that you were interested in. Probably Guild Wars somewhere in there. You were maybe looked in there. Uh,
Yeah.
Did you lurk down to the bottom? Did you ever scroll down and be like, who's at the bottom of this list? Or was it always like big people with lots of people in it, lots of people interacting?
It was big people for a long time, I think, because I felt um, comfortable hiding behind the crowd. I was able to like type stuff in there and then like just scroll by really fast and I'm like, oh, good, we're good. But then eventually, I got more comfortable being MLG Pro lurker on Twitch, and then I started expanding out to different games, smaller streamers, and I was like, this is cool. It can get really personal, personable.
It
So
does. Personal,
yeah,
I would say, especially the smaller ones where you go in there and there's a few people and you're just
yeah,
like, hey, Danny, and you're like, oh my
yeah.
God, they know my name, and
We're friends. We're like friends. This is so cool. I love it.
yeah. But then if you come back in and then they're like, oh, how did your job interview go, or something to that extent, and then you're like, oh my God, they remember what we talked about last. Oh, it's just
Yeah.
that fun experience. I know that always gets people. So was it the bigger streamers that kind of convinced you to start streaming, or was it like little streamers, and you're just like, I'm just gonna do it and let's see what happens, sort of deal?
I actually had a couple friends that that tried streaming at the time, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I watched some people on Twitch too, and they're like, oh yeah, it can get fun. Sometimes you get a few people that come in and you make friends, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. And I was already gaming on a regular basis with my friends, anyways, in the evenings. And I'm like, you know what? We're already hanging out. We're having a lot of fun. Let's see if anyone else wants to hang out with us and have fun. And so we threw up a stream, and it it blew up from there. Like the rest is history. Made a lot of friends that day, and then I was like, okay, this is cool. We made some friends. Let's stream the next day. And then they kept coming back. Like the same group of people kept coming back to say hello and say hi. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stop now. We're like building this awesome like relationship through Twitch, and it's so cool. It's like it's an amazing thing.
So the two big things, I guess the one is, I guess you got really into streaming because you got the green screen back there. Did you have that prior to streaming, or you were just like, oh my God, I watch these YouTubers, or not YouTubers, but these streamers and they have a green screen, or is there any?
Not at all. I wasn't even thinking about it until one of my buddies, he had bought me a this green screen sheet for my birthday, and he's like, "Hey, like, I believe that your stream has the potential to go places, and I feel like this would kind of help out." And I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa, really?
oh.
That's interesting." And I was like, "I don't even know how this works. Like, can you help me like set this up at all?" And he set up like OBS for me too, and like readjusted some settings on there to kind of help out, and it's been crazy. It's been such like a wild ride. Like,
So it wasn't. It was more of a gift. It
uh,
wasn't like you went out, you bought all this stuff, and you're just hoping to become this pro streamer, and then
it's an accident.
it was an
Yeah.
accident.